everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Today's reading is called Into Deep, and we are going to find out your person's feelings for you today, if you have someone on your mind, or if you're just marinating on a little something. I am here to help you with that, and we are going to go ahead and get into your reading. For pile number 1, we have the Peacock. For pile number 1, if you're feeling that. For pile number 2, we have the Butterfly. And for pile number 3, we have the Turtle Spirit. So go ahead and decide which animal totem is calling you in today. You can go directly to the description box below to find your pile. And for those of you that would like a personal reading with me, details for how to request one are below. If you'd like a natal chart reading with me, details for how to request one are also below. So with that, we will go ahead and begin your reading. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the Peacock Spirit, and today's reading is called Into Deep, and we are talking about how a specific person is feeling about you, pile number 1, and we are going to go ahead and get into it. Peacock is a very proud and flamboyant, notice me type of energy, pile number 1. Oh my gosh, I feel like I just need to sneeze here. Oh goodness. Goodness gracious, says the good witch Glinda. Let's go ahead and get into your reading, pile number 1, and let's see about their feelings for you. Title of the reading is called Into Deep. All right, pile number 2. See what we got going on here, my friends. How you guys doing out there? We've got the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. Hierophant is very stubborn and dogmatic energy, but it also indicates the joining of two concepts into one, and an energy that's being watched over or looked after by somebody in the higher realms. So let's take a look. We've got the Chariot moving forward joyously, the 9 of Cups feeling filled up, and the Knight of Pentacles steady as she goes, pile number 1. So let's go ahead and see here. Now, I am feeling something about a new car or somebody's car being in the shop, okay? Or somebody could be without a car because they're thinking about buying a new car, or their car, they have a really nice car, but temporarily they don't have their car. So I am feeling something about that, pile number 1, in this situation. We've got Ereshkigal Gal, the Queen of Shadows. Where are you going? Why are you going there? Who are you going with? Okay, now this person, it's interesting because when things are going really, really good, they, everything is very bouncy, flamboyant, happy-go-lucky. Things are smooth sailing with the Chariot and the 9 of Cups, okay? And for them, what happens with them is they tend to get a little bit, they like things to go at a medium pace with this Knight of Pentacles, okay? They like a strong, optimistic beginning with someone, but then they like to take their time as they go. And they are truly afraid of men or women who are very jealous, judgmental, who are always assuming the energy of where are you at? Where have you been? Why didn't you come at this time? You said you were going to be here. Okay, this person has they like to come and go as they please. And so they don't like people all up in their business. And it's not saying that they're involved in any funny business. And we've got a lot more reading left to go here. But they don't like somebody who is constantly suspicious of them, constantly suspicious of where they're going. I mean, most people don't like that, pile number one, but this person in particular finds it off-putting and doesn't like when people are like instantaneously suspicious of their motives, even if there's no reason to have any suspicion. They do not like that type of energy, or a person who is very like angry or wrathful because they assume something is going wrong even though it's not. Okay, and they can get very worn down by that energy, and they can also become very tired of that energy. And for them, it's something they've dealt with in the past, I feel, and they really don't like that. Yeah, we have scorpionic energy. So some of you here, you may be Scorpio. We could have Taurus energy here with the Hierophant or the Knight of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, or Scorpio are definitely coming up in this reading. Now, Virgos are really good at pointing out when things are out of place, or a plan doesn't make sense, or somebody said they were going to be here at this time, but they're not there, and why. Virgos are really good at figuring that stuff out. So are Scorpios. And Tauruses have a tendency to dig in their heels about things once they get kind of locked in on something. And this could be a person who finds you very sexy and mysterious and hot, pile number one, but is also a little bit afraid of you as well, pile number one. Does your reputation precede you? We have facing inner demons. Don't be afraid of the darkness. There is a light nearby. Transform and integrate. Okay. Being known as somebody who has a lot of inner demons and has had to face a lot of inner demons, someone who's been to hell and back. And maybe some of you were with people in the past who were total liars and never told you the truth, and you become very suspicious of this type of person and this type of energy. Okay, and so I do feel like this person, like, they are very attracted to you, pile number one. They are very, beguiled and pulled in by your energy. Okay, but they're also, like I said, a little bit afraid of you. We have ghost. Yeah, if somebody gets too intense with them and somebody gets too angry with them or start showing signs of instability in their personality, they ghost that person like right away. They're out of there, I feel like. We have growth here, okay? Ghost and growth. Interesting. We have palm tree. Yeah, they're looking for somebody that is very stable and secure. And, we want to grow with people who are very stable and secure, right? And there's also endurance. Now, this person is saying that they have what it takes to go the extra mile, and they are willing to put in the hard work of something, and they will not leave, and they will see something through. But if somebody starts taking a bunch of stuff out on them and starts accusing them of shit that they're not doing, if somebody really starts in on them in certain ways, or trying to control them or own them, or that is a way to get them to like peace out, I feel like, pile number one. Okay, and they like somebody that has like a very stable life and stable personality and stable sense of self-confidence, and somebody who continues to work at things and doesn't just give up on somebody or something. They like that quality, but they also want to be with somebody who is flexible and who isn't always insistent on getting their way and constantly giving them ultimatums. I have a feeling that this person sees that as immature, pile number one, and it tends to drive them away. So they're looking for somebody who has a lot of stability in their life, somebody who has a lot of security, okay? And this person is working really hard in their life to gain financial security. Maybe they already have a lot of financial security, but they definitely want to be with somebody who is having a lot of like security and financial security in their own life too. All right. And isn't dependent on them, but isn't like angry on them at the same time. Interesting. We have the snake. Competition, enemy, malicious, always having to look over your shoulder, and the other woman. Okay, this person definitely, treating other women like an enemy, treating other women like they're maliciously trying to get your man constantly, always having to look over your shoulder for the other woman. And maybe some of you have definitely had to work on this, facing inner demons within yourself, because maybe you did have a friend or someone in your life who tried to steal your man, or tried to get in between you and the person that you cared about. Okay. Maybe you did have somebody like that who used to constantly flirt with your man or flirt with your woman, and wear seductive, revealing clothing around the person that you were dating, or you could just tell that they were trying. Now, this person is saying when they are single focused, they'll be nice to everyone. If they go somewhere, they'll be nice to everybody, whether it's your friend or whoever's there. They're nice to everyone, but they are single-handedly focused with the Knight of Pentacles. They're focused on you. If they're with you, they're with you. They're not shifting their gaze to another person to check out their tits or something like that. Pile number one, okay? And maybe some of you did, you had a friend like that, or you had some people like that in your life who were total snakes, who were total, like, always all over your man, or always trying to get their attention. And because of that, you developed a sense of not trusting certain people in your life. We have and I don't blame you. If you were around people like that, learning to trust again, and learning to face our inability to trust, or our tendency to always go towards somebody's trying to do something suspicious or malicious behind my back. Kind of like, growing beyond that and learning to face our inner demons is a big thing here. We have the Ace of Swords, and that's so funny I mentioned the tits in the face there, because there we have it there. And then we have, it looks like she's wearing a choker, or one of those collars. You know how people will wear collars sometimes when they're doing like S&M, and it's like, I own you, or you belong to me, this type of thing. Okay. And I see a shirt with lace and then a jacket around it. Very cute outfit, pile number one, that you've got going on there. Very much, I think you caught this person's eye and you caught their attention right away. Okay, and I do think this person was immediately interested, and some of you here may have really cute freckles and a really pretty eye color and cute freckles, full lips, a lot of, messy hair, stuff like that. I feel like this person, and maybe some of you here, you like to drink. I'm getting something about liking to drink sake, or liking Japanese food, or going for sake or something like that. Anyway, I do feel like this person has an interest in you and talking to you with this Ace of Swords, an interest in talking to you or wanting to get to know you. And we have here, ooh, yeah, with the Chariot and the Knight of Pentacles, we have let's take a trip together, long distance lover. And this person is saying, let's take a trip together, Europe, Hawaii, Greece, someplace with warmth and with culture. Ooh, okay. And you can see in the background too, you can see beautiful water with the sun setting in the background. Maybe having some sake overlooking the ocean as the sun is setting or the sun is rising. This person, and we've got the palm tree here too. So, you know, having the funds or having the money to be able to travel and do fun things is really important together. And this reading is called In Too Deep, and certainly like going on a trip with somebody or traveling somewhere with someone really does like intensify the relationship a lot, for sure. Taking a trip together is a good way to see, like, are we really compatible or are we not compatible? Okay. And you know, this person, if they are long distance, it can talk about them coming to see you and having a really good time with you. And you know, finding ways to kind of keep things going, right? Because when you're long distance, you have to find ways to keep the commitment going and keep things up. But this person wants to take a trip with you and drink sake with you while overlooking the ocean. They don't really want to focus on, you know, always thinking, like always suspicious, always questioning, always talking about whoever has done things wrong and stuff. I feel like this person doesn't want to focus on that at all. They're like, let's get out of town and have some fun together and just focus on each other. Let's go take a trip. So that's cool. Pile number 1. We have leaving. Wow. And again, with the boobies, we see the boobies all over the place here. The Chariot is associated with Cancer energy. And when we think of Cancer stuff, we can think about the boobies, of course, pile number 1, but we can see that all over the place. And we can see that, you know, when somebody leaves or somebody has to go, and this is especially true if you're at a distance and this person comes to see you and you have a really good time together, but then the other person has duties they need to return to, or they have to go back home to certain responsibilities. And then, you know, we get sad or cry or feel upset because the other person is leaving, or we feel like the other person has to leave because their responsibilities take them away from us, or we're afraid that someone is going to leave us. Okay. And that can be why we're constantly like worried that there's someone that's trying to flirt with or fuck our man or do stuff or steal our girl or whatever. We can be constantly worried about that, especially if we spend long periods of time away from that person, or they're gone a lot and we're just getting to know them. And the leaving part really does suck. And you can see here that she is upset and crying about somebody leaving or having to go. Parting is such sweet, sweet sorrow. Pile number 1. Venus, Venus. Wow. You guys got 2 Venuses showing up in your reading. Attraction. You're both very attracted to each other. You're both each other's types. You both are drawn to one another. You both find spending time with one another very pleasurable. You both have an instant charisma or charm towards one another. You both are interested in dating each other. You both are each other's type. Okay, you both enjoy spending time with one another and genuinely having a good time. 9 of Cups. Okay, and you know, this Chariot, 9 of Cups, I'm excited to see you. Let's make plans. Let's put it in stone. Knight of Pentacles. Let's make sure these plans go off without a hitch. Let's follow the plan to the letter so that we can see one another. You two are both right there with one another in the attraction. So if you're wondering, like, does this person want me? Are they attracted to me? Absolutely, pile number one. That's not a question. That is really not a question at all. It may be, the question may have to do with, you know, long term, how do we manage this? Or don't let our individual inner demons kind of come in and affect the budding relationship, right? Because that would be a shame, because there is true likability between you two and genuine wanting connection with one another. We have door. Wow. Yeah. New doorways will open with new opportunities. Okay. So yeah, there's going to be, you know, new opportunities for you to see this person, for you to spend time with this person. Will you see them again? Yes. Will you talk to them again? Yes. Will you have an opportunity, like if you were having an off day the last time you saw them, will you get to see them again and change it up? Yes, you will. Okay. Will you two have an opportunity to perhaps go somewhere together? Okay. If this person left you at another point and you're worried about someone coming in between you and them again, there's new doorways will be opening with new opportunities. Pile number one. Now, there's a lot of facing of inner demons and growth that needs to happen for both of you, I feel like, in this. But I mean, you know, if the door is there and the timing is right, then enjoy. Pile number one is what I'm going to say. Okay, new doorways will open with new opportunities, and you two will see each other, I feel like. Spend more time together, pile number one. So that is what I'm getting for you. I hope that that reading was tantalizing for you, pile number one. Wishing you the very best. Let's move on to pile number two. Excuse me, pile number two. I'm still blowing my nose over here after a month of dealing with getting down with the sickness, as they say, pile number two. So let's go ahead and start with pile number two. Pile number two, welcome to your reading. You chose the butterfly spirit, and today's reading is called Into Deep, and we are going to find out this person's feelings for you, my lovelies. Your card says transformation is beautiful, and you have card number 11 here. Let's go ahead and and it looks like two juicy thighs right there, actually, with the butterfly coming in between the thighs. And maybe you guys have a butterfly tattoo on your hip or on your thigh or on your leg somewhere. Or you have underwear that has a butterfly on it, or a butterfly somewhere. Or you have some juicy thighs and some good hips, pile number two. Let's go ahead. It's so funny, I just saw that outline in the card. So let's go ahead and see for my pile number twos. Let's find out this person's feelings for my pile number twos, please. Show me this person's feelings for pile number two. The star card is on the bottom of the deck there. Pose, 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 pile number two. Looking good. Maybe some of you were taking pictures, or you just had some new pictures taken of yourself. or you just see a really, you saw a picture of yourself that looks really nice or cute. Just got something about that. Pose, pose. Let's see what else we have here. We have the Daughter of Cups, the Queen of Cups. We have the Eight of Skulls, okay? Ooh, and the Two of Cups. Oh, my, my, my. Well, that is emotional, isn't it? Let's take our time and make out and kiss and touch and look into each other's eyes. And it looks like in the background, it kind of looks like there's a cat that's puking in the background. So I hope none of you have a sick kitty on your hand, or or maybe you've been a little under the weather recently. Or somebody felt like puking, or you recently felt like puking, or maybe one of your animals is sick. But that's interesting because I see an animal kind of like puking in the background there, which is interesting, right? Like you can try to be, for those of you that have animals, you know what I mean? Like you could be having someone over for the first time and like, you know, making out or whatever, and then your cat's choking on a hairball in the corner and you're like, oh my God. So that can definitely happen. And look at the legs on her. Look at the gorgeous skin as well. Very beautiful skin and gorgeous legs is what I feel. Like this person has really noticed that you have a very whimsical style about you. And perhaps some of you here have water in your chart, okay? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or you have a really cute way of pouting. Really beautiful skin and a cute way of pouting. And you've got a really sensitive, soft, emotional side, but you can keep things in sometimes, I feel like, okay? You do have a tendency sometimes to keep things inside. Let's see here what we've got going on. We've got the Poet of Avalon, and this is the storyteller type energy. When I see the Poet of I always say Avalon, but it's the Poet of Avon. And whenever I see this card, I think of Pisces energy. And I was mentioning water signs earlier, okay? And let's see what else we've got. And maybe there's been some stagnation, especially around somebody's work. I want to mention that, okay? And sometimes we can have a lot of worries on our minds, or a lot of strategic realignment that we're trying to do in our life. But at the same time, we're also trying to get lost in somebody's arms as well, or we're also trying to get lost in somebody's eyes, or we're trying to really feel safe and connected with someone, while at the same time we've got a lot of new things that we're trying to bring about when it comes to our work or our projects in the world that maybe at times have felt kind of stagnated. So, and this could be them or you, or both of you, pile number two. There's an energy here of kind of seeking solace in each other's arms. We have Capricorn energy showing up here. Yeah, so somebody truly does care about their work and is very hardworking, or has a lot of goals and ambitions and things that they would like to accomplish. And for them, it can be hard to get their mind off of work. I feel like this person has their mind on their work or their professional goals a lot. Pile number two, perhaps you do as well. But, and it is hard for them to relax at times, but when they're with you, they really try to relax and try to be in the moment, but sometimes that can be very hard for them. And I feel like they don't want to upset you and make you feel like they're not like in the moment with you, because they are, but they also have like a lot on their mind, or it seems like they're always thinking. Now, it's funny because I keep getting the energy of Rob Lowe, which is an actor. He was on Parks and Recreation. He's been on like a ton of other shows. But look Rob Lowe up, and Lowe is Lowe, and look at him from when he was younger. Perhaps the person you're talking to or dealing with is looking like him, or maybe you recently watched a movie with him in it. And anyway, so I just wanted to mention that. We have break chains. The only way to overcome blocks is to confront them. And this is where our limiting self-beliefs can get in the way of truly enjoying, you know, the moment that we're in. And this could be like, okay, I just was sick. Like, does my breath smell like puke? Or, you know, I just, you know, haven't been feeling well. I hope I'm up to task here, like that type of stuff. You know, with the Eight of Pentacles here, there's like practical things that this person is thinking about while they're trying to seduce you, or maybe there's practical things that are on your mind while they're trying to seduce you. It's like, did I shave? Did I remember to do all this stuff? I don't know. I haven't been feeling well. The cat's been sick. Da 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 da. Work's been hectic, but let's make out. That type of thing. Okay, and we have peace here. We have peace. And we have love. Oh, wow. And you know, with this Page of Cups here and this Poet of Avon and this storyteller energy, I do feel like, you know, you two, even though you have other things on your mind, maybe both of you do, there is a real sense of being comfortable with one another, or, you know, there is a sense of like being emotionally similar is what I'm getting. And perhaps both of you are artistic in some way, or you both write poetry, or you both, for both of you, it's really important to be able to be yourself around someone, and to be able to flow and be at peace around somebody and feel really comfortable around somebody. I definitely feel like that is coming through, you know, big time. And if this person was a little bit cagey, or maybe not connecting as well, maybe it could be because of work things, or it could be because of other stuff that they've got that is like weighing on their mind. Okay. And they, you know, peace and love is very much like a hippie Pisces kind of a thing. You know, I'm just looking for like peace and love, man. I'm just looking for somebody to smoke this blunt with, man. I'm just here. I'm just looking for somebody who I can read my poetry to. I'm just looking for someone I can show my secret art project to, and they'll really appreciate it and like it and see it and go, wow, that's cool. I'm just looking for low drama, but also like deeply connected, where we don't have to constantly be talking at each other all the time, or be like on a date, like interviewing each other, asking each other like 1,000 different questions. I feel like this person just wants to get past that type of energy, and they just want to feel comfortable with someone, and they want to feel relaxed with someone and feel at peace without having to go through all those other steps, right? And yeah, we have break chains and Capricorn energy. So like a lot of like the formal steps that people do when they're dating could be very exhausting for people when they have like a heavy responsibilities or heavy workload that they are working on, right? And instead, they would rather not spend their time like interviewing their date, and spend more time just kind of, I guess, being in the moment with them and seeing if it gels. And we have here coffin, endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. Okay, and I feel like in their past relationships, it seemed like everything was okay, and then the person would just leave. And I do feel like it had a lot to do with their work-life balance, or it has a lot to do with like this person could think that everything is going fine or that they're really connecting with someone. And then it's like, boom, out of nowhere, the person's like, I don't want, I'm done. Okay. And I feel like this person, um, they're interesting because they want to have like peaceful, loving connection with someone, but you can't really skip all those steps, right? And just go straight into, you've been together for 3 years, you know everything about each other, everything's comfortable, everything is just going on a routine type of thing. And you can't really do that. That's not really how it goes. And if you're going to be dating, you have to find time to integrate your work and your love life so that you can give energy to both, right? And maybe sometimes it seems like a little bit of laziness when it comes to their love life, or you know, there could be an energy of, and I feel like you guys are like, well, I like this person, but I don't know. I mean, they do leave me on red sometimes, or they do, you know, they do seem very preoccupied at times, and we do get along really well. And so I feel like for this person, a fear for them could be like everything is going along just fine and everybody's getting along and there's no issues and no problems, and then boom, out of nowhere, the person just ends the relationship. And that happens in marriages sometimes too, frankly, pile number two. People can be going along just fine, and uh, and then all of a sudden one of the people is like, no, I'm done, and then they just leave. And so yeah, it's interesting with that energy. We've got the sword and the rose: clarity, truth, revelation, force, honor, protection, and power. Okay. And you know, with the sword and the rose and Capricorn energy, we could have somebody who's a little bit more traditional here with the way that they operate relationships, or wants to be, or thinking about changing their strategy when it comes to relationships. Um, I feel like this person goes back and forth because it's like they want to do everything right, Eight of Pentacles, and they want to be, and they feel like sometimes it's too late. I'm really drawn to the hourglass there. I feel like sometimes they think that it's too late to put in the work, because the person is already like not wanting to be with them anymore. And I do feel like with the sword and the rose, this person is trying to be more straightforward about what they want and what they can give and what they're looking for. I do feel like they are trying to be honest about that, at least. And for them, sometimes in relationships, it's a timing thing, or it is an issue of it's not the right time, or they don't have enough time, or they feel like time is running out in this situation. And the thing is with this Page of Cups, she looks unhappy. And I feel like this person feels that they have something to make up to you, or they feel bad that, you know, because there is stagnation on this card here. And maybe like your pride is at a place where things have stagnated a little bit, pile number two, but you don't really want to say anything, you know, because it's like, well, I don't really want to, I'm just kind of like holding these emotions in. I don't really want to say anything. I feel kind of sad or I feel kind of upset about the vibe. I do like this person. I do feel very comfortable with them, peace and love. But I can tell that, you know, if we don't keep growing or working towards something, then, you know, it might end. And I feel like that, you know, this person does owe you a conversation. There's not really any swords energy here. So it's more about feeling and doing and responsibilities rather than like talking about certain things. And so I do feel like this person is wanting to make an effort to be honest with you. And we've got the 6 of water here. Ooh, this person likes your legs and your booty for sure. Look at that, pile number 2. That's a bare butt right there. Okay, and this person turns into an animal when they see those legs and that booty, okay? And this person may also like a bush or a full bush and bending it over and a booty to go with that. Pile number 2, okay? And we've got water energy. So again, this person is all about making you feel comfortable in the moment and making you feel good in the moment, and everything is smooth like butter and it's flowing and it's good and it's kissing or making out or whatever you two got going on, okay? And I do feel like that this person is, you know, wants to tell you, like, truthfully, I am very, like, drawn towards you. And the 6 of Cups is also where we can find energy like peace and love. It is a very nice card as far as like emotionally. We tend to get along with each other very well, but it's also a Sun and Scorpio card. So we talk about being in too deep with something, especially when we start going into, you know, we start talking about our feelings for someone and how we truly deeply feel about another person. Yeah, that is going to rock some people's worlds. And maybe you guys have been waiting for that. You're like, I'd love to know how this person, I'd love to hear them actually verbalize how they're feeling, because they show me, sometimes I get a whiff of it through the way they touch or the way they look at me, but I don't really hear it from them, and I would love to hear it more. We have here, stay with me. All right. Even though I try, I can't let go. Something in your eyes captures my soul. You are the love I can't let go. Okay? And yeah, something in your eyes. They're looking at each other. There's really nothing to be said at times except for what the eyes can communicate. And we have this coffin and ending and breaking chains. This person doesn't want to let go of you, and they're saying, your eyes capture my soul. You are the person that I can't let go of. They want you to stay with them. Okay. Ooh, we have waiting and more Capricorn energy showing up again. Okay. And somebody really loves a Capricorn, I feel like, in this reading, or is really into a Capricorn. We could have Capricorn and Scorpio showing up in this pile. But there is a big fire burning behind these two. And the flames are just getting hotter, basically. And the longer that we wait and postpone, the more intense it gets. And he has his hand around her neck and his hand on her hip or on the side of her leg. And again, with the booty and the hip and all of that. And again, more making out, more kissing. I do feel like this person would love to kiss you or really enjoys kissing you. Okay. There is a lot of passion potentially between you and this person here that is waiting to be explored and is waiting to be relished, is what I feel. Okay. And this person may like sneaking up on you from behind when you like least expect it. Okay. And this person would love to passionately make out with you in front of a fire. I'll tell you that much. Pile number 2. We've got Venus, Uranus here. Okay. So this is unexpected. This is a love that is different. This is a situation that goes in a way that we are not anticipating. Okay. And with Venus and Uranus, we have unconventional relationships is what we have. And we have unconventional relationship setups as well. It's like, it's not your traditional like traditional dating thing. It's like, when I come into town, we see each other. I can't wait to see you. It's like when you see Venus, Uranus a lot with situations that have to do with polyamory. Don't kill me in the comments, pile number 2. Or situations where people are, exploring something outside of what they would usually explore. Okay. And this Venus Uranus can also be where we want to feel pleasure and we want to feel good, but we have kinks that are different or unusual, more different and unusual than other people. This can be where we are, basically trying to reconcile our needs for relationship with our needs for freedom. And that could be something that is going on here, where it's like, I want to be close to someone. I want to be in a relationship. I am seeing, but I like my freedom. And I see somebody here with a lot of hobbies as well. And somebody who likes to tinker around with things. I see a, when I'm channeling, I can't think of anything. A record player with vinyl. Maybe somebody is super into vinyl. Or I'm seeing like an old jukebox, or somebody that could be into restoring like old machines, or somebody who's really into vinyl. Somebody that likes beautiful and unusual things and likes restoring them, or with the Capricorn energy here, likes to restore them or make them beautiful again. But with Venus, Uranus, we have to ask ourselves the question, do I want a relationship and, to be accountable to somebody and have that commitment? Or do I want to break those chains and be free and end something and move on from something? Okay. And maybe this is something you two have both gone back and forth with. Ooh, we've got the divine feminine. Yeah. This is what I feel like is this person sees you as their ideal type, or there is something about you that is like extremely familiar to them, or they feel like they've seen you before, they've known you before, maybe known you in a past life, or there's just something about you that is very captivating to them, that really captures them, and it definitely is in the eyes. And we saw it here when it says, even though I try, I can't let go. Something in your eyes captures my soul. And her eyes there are very intense, but beautiful. And I feel like that is one of the first things about you that drew this person into you, pile number 2. And they don't want something to end. Maybe there's a little bit of have your cake and eat it too, because it's like they want to be free or they want to do what they want to do, but at the same time, they want to be able to come to you or come back to you and be close to you. And so pile number 2, this is something where you are needing to, and maybe that has made you a little bit sad, my friends. But it's something for you to think about if this is what you want to give your energy to or not, okay? And for those of you that are having a sick cat or a sick animal, because I remember I said I saw the kitty throwing up in the background, I do hope your kitty gets better. So pile number 2, that is what I'm getting for you, my friends. Wishing you the very best. Take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the turtle spirit, and today's reading is called Into Deep, Their Feelings. We're going to go ahead and take a look today, pile number 3, at this person's feelings for you, my darlings. And let's go ahead and give her a whirl here, pile number 3. Hope you're all doing beautifully today and are feeling blessed. Let's see, what is this person's feelings for my pile number 3s, please? What are their feelings for pile number 3? Title of the reading is Into Deep. What are their feelings? Okay. Judgment on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Oh, the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. 6 of Pentacles. Sharing is caring. And 9 of Swords. I feel like they're saying, I wish you wouldn't worry so much. Everything is going to be okay. All right. And I do think that this person thinks that you have a beautiful heart with the Ace of Cups. You have a beautiful spirit and that you're so generous with people. 6 of Pentacles. And they wish that you wouldn't worry so much or worry about things in your life so much. And they wish that you would never suffer is another thing that I feel here, okay? And that at times you seem kind of nervous or you seem wound up pretty tightly about some things in your life. But they say that you're such a good person with such a great heart and a generous person that they can't help think that things will turn around for you. Pile number 3, okay? So let's see what we've got going on here. I feel like they're saying, don't worry so much, I'm here for you. We've got Mother of the Dawn, beauty, agency, and compassion. Oh, wow. Yeah. This person's saying that you have a beautiful heart and soul. Pile number 3, positions. Wow. Okay. And, you know, with the 6 of Pentacles, I mean, Ace of Cups, when we're talking about like sexual readings, can definitely be going down on each other. The 6 of Pentacles can be servicing one another. Everything's equal with the 6 of Pentacles. So it can definitely be like you do me, I do you, right? We talk about positions. 69ing would be a huge thing for the Ace of Cups and 6 of Pentacles. All of a sudden, this reading gets very dirty. Pile number 3, I mean, it was starting off very like sweet and lovely. Now it's taken a, no, I'm kidding. But we have positions here, 69ing, doggy style, standing up, missionary, and reverse cowgirl. So, you know, you do me, I do you, we take care of each other, beauty and compassion and all of that. Okay, so I like that. Pile number 3, I really do. We have journey inward. The path to enlightenment starts with you. within you, introspection, and growth. Okay, so journeying inward. I feel like this person would like to, mentally, I feel like this person is saying, sometimes I really don't always understand where you're coming from internally, because what they see on the outside is somebody who's so beautiful and capable and harmonious and generous, and somebody who's bound to have really good things happen to them because they have so many wonderful qualities, and are open to so many things in life. But there definitely is a side where things haven't always been easy, pile number 3, especially maybe like with mental health or things like that. And I do feel like this person is curious about that, or wonders, like internally sometimes, what's going on with you or what's going on with your thoughts. All right. And we have anger. Wow. Surrender. Okay. We have anger and surrender. We have the butterfly. Interesting. Pile number 2 was the butterfly. We have a relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child, and growth. Okay. And maybe for some of you here with this 9 of Swords, there was, and especially with judgment here too, there was a lot of situations that were really weighing you down in the past and really making you feel like your soul was being like squished down, if you know what I mean, pile number 3, or that you were being oppressed by a force that was like bigger than you. And to actually break free from that, you had to really feel your feelings. And yes, you are. I feel some of you here could have very soft voices, or, very like kind faces, or that, you're very like charitable in how you give to others. And people may not ever really know what it has taken for you to kind of break those chains and let go of this old version of yourself, and how much work it took inwardly to get to where you are today. And, that there's been times like when you've thought about things that have happened in the past, traumas, etc., that it has made you very angry, and that you have had to, there's been times in your life where you've just had to swallow that, or just be willing to move past that. And, and I think that this person, they kind of like pick up on that. And I also feel like, with the Ace of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles, like we can share power equally in relationships, or we can share power equally sexually. And, if we get into a position where we're like riding someone, or we're on top, then obviously like we're kind of in the power position, right? But giving away our power and our heart to people without them even caring, or without them even noticing, can make a person very angry, tired, and exhausted. Okay. And perhaps maybe that has been something sexually as well that you guys have been working on, or dealing with, or trying to understand within yourself about, yes, I want to have this equal sharing and caring and openness with another person. But afterwards, I'm very angry, or afterwards, I'm very upset that I had to surrender this part of myself, right? And it's complicated. It's a little complicated. And I feel like that this person, like they can see that you're trying to work on this, pile number 3, or they can feel these energies within you. We have healing from heartbreak, freedom from a toxic relationship or addiction. Yeah, and that is where we are definitely, and maybe you guys are like, it's not fast enough, Natalie. Like, you know, I have been doing the inner journey. I have been trying to be open. I have been trying to be, you know, giving and equal with others and everything. Sometimes I just feel like it's taking so long and I just keep having to surrender, you know, one thing after another. And I'm trying to evolve myself and my inner child to the next phase. And it's frustrating sometimes. It's frustrating. It's a lot of work. Okay. And I feel like this person definitely picks up on this, that you are working on a lot of like stuff from your past and you're working on healing yourself and taking care of yourself. We have the Three of Swords, which is Saturn and Libra. And I feel some of you, like, she has her hands over her nether regions in this photo. I feel like some of you are like, yeah, Natalie, I got to a point where I didn't want anyone touching me. I didn't want to be sexually involved with anyone. I didn't want anyone near me. Okay. And I feel some of you were completely like swearing off relationships, or you're like, stay away from me. Okay. And the fact that somebody in your life has like opened up your heart to something and has opened up new areas of your life again, I feel like could be very like nervous for you, or very like, oh no, why did I open up again, right? Um, I feel like some of you are mad as well too, because maybe in your past relationships you felt like you had to be sexual with someone, or you felt like you had to let them have whatever they wanted. Okay. And it created a lot of resentment towards relationships, and a lot of, rightfully so, pile number 3. Okay. A lot of resentment towards relationships, and a lot of coldness towards relationships, where you might have started to feel really shut down. And the thought of opening yourself back up to something, you know, maybe makes you feel very nervous, actually. And this person sees you as like a very loving, compassionate, generous, beautiful heart, beautiful person who's been through a lot of things in your life, and who is very sensitive when it comes to these issues I've been talking about. Okay. We have someone's in the doghouse. Gifts might help. Try flowers. Trouble in paradise. Okay. And this person feels like they're in trouble, or they did something wrong. Okay. And this could be with the Ace of Cups, where things start off really good and the energy is going back and forth. And then we get into this Nine of Swords and it's like, what did I do wrong? And this person, I think, knows that you're very sensitive and knows that you have been to various, you know, places within your relationships in the past, right? It's like freedom from toxic relationships or addictions. And I feel like they think that they did something wrong. Now, they worry that they did something wrong. Now, maybe this person didn't do anything wrong at all, but there's, you know, a sense of frigidity based upon things that have happened in the past. And I get it, pile number 3. I do feel like that this person's really afraid of doing something wrong. I feel like they're very like, they want to give you what you want. They want to make things comfortable for you. They want to make sure that, you know, everything is equal, give and receive and sharing and all of that. And they don't want to make you angry or upset you. They don't want to force you to do anything you don't want to do, obviously. Okay. But I also feel like this person's kind of like feeling bad. Like they're like, did I do something wrong? You know, and maybe it isn't that they really did a bunch of things wrong. It's just that there's a lot of stuff from the past that comes up sometimes, especially when we're healing, and we can be super sensitive. And you know what? Maybe they did do something wrong. Maybe they started leaning a little bit in a direction that you felt was a little bit like a toxic thing that you had in the past, and immediately you shut down. Immediately you were like, no. And I get it, pile number 3, I do, okay? But this person does feel bad. They feel like maybe they should get flowers, or they should do something nice for you. That they like, it was something they said that was kind of their fault, and it might not have even been, it might have been somebody else that upset you, but you just felt very shut down after that other person said that to you. And so, yeah, someone's in the doghouse, and maybe in the past you had an ex who would try to like win you back all the time and buy you flowers all the time, even though they were like a total asshole to you and very toxic or abusive. Okay. So, I can see why you would be like super shut down to that, pile number 3, and just not wanting that. Okay, and we have here transgression, and we have the snake, and we have Eve eating the apple, and we have the sun in Aquarius. And this can be where sexuality becomes a weapon. And it's kind of like that, if you hurt me, I'll hurt you type of a vibe. And you know, this can be where we're holding on to a lot of pain and resentment towards someone because of the way they've treated us sexually, treating us like an object, treating us like that's all we're worth, treating us like we're disposable. Okay. And yeah, so I think that that is enough to make someone pretty angry, all right? And to be wearing these boots that are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do, right? Pile number 3, someday these boots are going to walk all over you, okay? But I feel like you guys are like, I'm tired of being angry. I just want freedom from my past. I just want freedom from the things I've been holding on to. I don't want to keep trying to get revenge on this person. I don't want to keep hating this person. I'm just over it. I want to, you can see 2 cats at the bottom corner there, hugging each other and comforting each other. It's like, I would rather have that than have this situation where I'm constantly like on guard all the time, and I'm constantly like, angry about people who, you know, and sometimes when we have somebody in our life who's constantly crossed our boundaries, we can become very fierce about defending those boundaries. So I get it too, where people have experienced transgressions against themselves. Yeah, they're gonna be pissed. Okay. And so, that is something that I feel is definitely, you're healing from that, pile number 3. You're moving past that and healing from that. We have Mars, Neptune. And Mars, Neptune can really be like a real impotent kind of a vibe. Mars is the planet of like driving sexual energy, and Neptune is a planet of dissipation, of like disassociation, and of like not really like connecting to that internal drive. But it also can indicate spiritual sexuality. Like if I am going to be, and maybe some of you did have an ex who was very impotent, or maybe at times you were not able to have any pleasure at all sexually because there was this attitude, or not attitude, but there was this feeling of disassociation from the act of it itself, from like the brutal primitive act of sex, right? And there's like this disassociation from it that keeps us from experiencing it or living in the moment. Okay, so Mars Neptune energy can be very complicated when it comes to sexuality, pile number 3. And I don't know why I keep coming back to that in your reading, but I do. But it also can indicate, like, Neptune is a planet of spirituality. So it can also indicate, like, if I am going to be sexual with someone, it has to be like a spiritual experience. I want it to be something uplifting. I want it to be something soulful. I want it to be something that is like taking me to another world. I want it to be something that has like a spiritual purpose. I don't want it just to be a primitive kind of experience. And this can be where two partners have two separate agendas. One partner wants, a rough pounding Mars energy, and the other partner, Neptune, wants tantric. Let's connect on a deeper level. Let's focus on our breathing. Let's go to higher levels of consciousness through what we're doing, right? So there's a need to, and Neptune is a planet of healing, right? But healing that Mars function, that primitive Mars function, and finding ways where a person can be more like sharing and on equal footing with another person, rather than, and trying different positions, right? Because Mars is just bang, 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 right? Whatever. But Neptune is more exploratory. Neptune is more about sharing. Neptune is more about equality. Neptune is not yang. Neptune is very yin as a planet. And so it is about like trying different positions and getting on equal footing, and sometimes like it takes a while to find that with someone. But it does talk about having sexual experiences that are more on a spiritual level rather than on like a base physical only level. And maybe that is something that you guys are looking for in a connection. You are looking for something that can take you higher rather than take you super low with the energy. Okay, and we have Capricorn here. Business matters, determined, and ambitious. Okay, and I do feel like that there is quite a few of you who could have said, Natalie, I'm very I'm very determined on my goals, okay? Whether that has to do with your health, whether that has to do with work, whether that has to do with projects that you're working on, classes you're taking, goals you have, whatever goals you have in your life, regrouting the bathtub, whatever it is, whatever you got going on over there, pile number 3. It's like sometimes I feel like you're just saying, oh, these relationships are just such a distraction. I really want to focus on my goals, and I need to stay really busy and focused on what I'm working on, because I really don't want to have my attention swayed by all this crap. Like, it's lovely that, this person likes me and they think I'm kind and caring. I know that I'm a kind and caring person. That's wonderful. But honestly, Natalie, I don't need the stress. I want to stay focused on the goal at hand. Okay. And I get that. Pile number 3, if that's where you are right now, then definitely continue to build in the direction that you want to go in life. And it also is important, I feel like, this person likes you because you are very determined and focused, and because you have goals, and because you are a hardworking person. That's another quality about you that this person is really into, pile number 3. But perhaps you're saying to yourself, Natalie, I get it. That's great that they're into me, but actually, like, I'm into me. I'm into my goals and what I have going on. And I'm not really in the mood to be like, I'm still pissed off at XYZ 1, 2, 3, and I'm not in the mood to be coquettish and be chasing someone like a coquettish 15-year-old girl. And I get it. That's fine. Pile number 3. That is totally fine if that is where you are at. And I've been there myself in life many times too. And with that, pile number 3, my dears, I wish you the very best, my loves, on your journey. Take care, everybody.